Hey fam, we are in Qatar at Zubarah Fort. We have a crazy day planned in the Qatari desert today. Like my new rig? So we are in Qatar. We have a few cars. Later on we're gonna go sand duning, but at the moment we're at this fort. We're gonna take a look at it, check out the inside. It's surrounded by some really cool Qatari flags.
Can I go with us?
Yeah, please come in, sir.
Please.
Where would you like to go?
I'm lost my way. I don't know.
Yeah, in the desert. It's not so
Yes.
good. So
You have water?
no water. Yeah, we're gonna have to dig.
Alright, now some facts for you. Zubarah Fortress, Castle, whatever you want to call it, was originally a Coast Guard outpost. Yes, we are in the desert, but we are right next to the Gulf. We are in the northwestern portion of Qatar, that little bit that sticks out into the Persian Gulf. And this was a station for, I guess, the soldiers back in the day. Now in the 60s, it was converted into a museum, and today it's still a museum, and that's what it is. It's a museum. So we are gonna go check out Zubarah Museum.
If you're wondering how hot it is if you're wondering how hot it is here, it is currently 108 degrees out here. So if we start looking like crap and all sweaty, this is the reason why. 108 degrees, that's insane.
Does it give the humidity?
Humidity 29, not too bad today actually,
so
one of the lower end days.
That's basically livable.
Yeah, well, it's hot. It's freaking hot. This is Bahrain. You can see it at night. So we learned here in Qatar, they used to dive for oysters. These are the rocks that would weigh them down. Before the whole oil industry came about, and they started making a lot of money from that, the money was coming from oyster diving and getting all the pearls out of the Persian Gulf.
As you go around to many different sites in places like Qatar or really anywhere in the Middle East, you may think to yourself, man, there's not a lot of art. There's not a lot of figurines or sculptures or anything. That's because in Islam, figurines and sculptures, stuff like that is prohibited. You're just not allowed to have it. So when there is art like that, it's usually by someone who Muslims would consider to be not practicing strongly, I guess. So there is actually the Museum of Islamic Art that we went to yesterday, but a lot of that art is considered to be from Muslims who are not well practicing. It's really interesting. Oh my gosh. It is so freaking hot.
Yes, no?
We've been outside for what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
And we're dripping giant.
So we were talking about the oysters and how they go pearling. Around April to October is when the ships would leave, and they would just go to harvest all the pearl beds. It wasn't like a technical way that they did it. This sign shows the rocks that we were showing you. They would literally put them at the bottom of the seabed and go down. And another thing was saying that it takes about a minute to go from the top to the bottom to get the oysters.
So guys, as we are going out and about today, I want you to keep an eye out for the Life of Jord and Travel and Share in our videos. We're basically doing this whole trip with them, and actually Life of Jord has to leave very soon, tomorrow or the next day. So unfortunately we won't be able to put them in our video a ton, but we're having so much fun hanging out with them, and we're trying to get them into the videos, but it's so freaking hot that we're just like going from shade to shade.
Yeah! Bon dia!
Bon dia!
They look like a giraffe. Like the same head.
Yeah.
Ele é mais amigável. Cabeça de uma girafa.
And yes, those were legit just camels hanging out in the desert with their guy. A camel herder? Is that what you call it? We're in Qatar.
Oh, these are the weights. Freaking heavy.
I think I'm beginning to understand Arabic naming structure a little bit. So Zubarah is the fort. Zubarah is the town. I think, something approximately like that. And this town here is the pearl fishing village that the naval base was structured around to protect. This is currently a UNESCO World Heritage Site that they are doing an archaeological dig on to, I guess, exhume the remains of the town. Is that the right phrasing? But still, it's gonna be really cool in several years to come when this is all built out and you can actually tour it. It's gonna be really cool. All right, this next part is way too difficult to get to in our Beamers.
I think
So we're hopping in the 4x4 and we're gonna head over the bumpy ground. We're checking out this little village. It's not occupied anymore. No one's living there, right? Okay. So that's a mosque.
What?
Last night you were in my room. I'm in love with somebody. I'm in love with somebody. I'm in love with somebody.
Now I don't know all the rules in Islam, but I know that we have limited access to their mosques. So this might be the only time ever that I'm able to go up a minaret. Let's check it out. It's all falling apart in here, and it's a little bit dangerous, but it's not too bad. I can see the ground through some of the steps. But this is where the imam would come up to at the 5 times a day and do the calls to prayer. I'm entrusting my life to 100-year-old craftsmanship at the top of a minaret, but hey, you know what? If it was good enough for the imam, it's good enough for me. Although I don't know the last time that this was worked on to maintain safety regulations.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. You know my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my
Oh, it's so cool in here.
Yeah, it feels so good. And I'm just watching our video that went up today because we have 3G in the middle of the desert.
Whoop whoop!
Crazy. We've been driving out in the desert for about a few hours, and asked Christian how fast we can go on these roads out here, and he said that there is no speed limit. Like, you can go as fast as you want. And some of these Qatari, they have some pretty fast cars.
I'm waiting for us to be trucking along at 120 kilometers and just go.
Somebody by us.
Yeah, I want that.
Okay. Yeah, he would want that.
I want to be that.
Yeah. Later, dudes.
Next time I come to Qatar, I'll ask them, like, hey, if we could have like a Ferrari experience, you know, to show the culture, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it appears that we have stopped at some sort of fishing boat dock. We're on the Corniche, which I believe is what's called the Peninsula Shore. I'm probably doing a really bad job of this, but that's because I really don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can tell, but we literally just stopped here. There's some boats, and we're gonna go walk on them now. Because Qatar.
We're discovering something brand new. I'm in love with somebody.
We're gonna leave Josh here. He's gonna be a fisherman in Qatar from now on. His new,
How can you not climb on things?
your destiny. Okay. He jumps on everything. Can't take a
I'm a
video.
jumper. Pomelo. Do you know what the Corniche is?
Corniche?
Corniche. He said this is the Corniche.
No, the Corniche is on the other side.
The Corniche is over there. So
Okay, I don't know even
Oh.
what Corniche.
yeah, I thought the Corniche maybe meant the coastline. What is Corniche?
It's a Corniche.
So Corniche is the harbor?
No, the Corniche where there's you have lots of activity for the people to visit and enjoy. Have activity for the kids.
Okay,
They
I-
close the beach and you have some nice place to walk and running, export.
I think I'll have to Wikipedia this.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here next to the water by the boats is the fish market. You can come here and sell your fish and buy your fresh fish. I have to imagine it's the restaurants that buy from here. I don't know if normal people would. Do you know?
I don't know. I'm hoping that the fish are huge.
Yeah. Cigarettes.
Fishy. Crab.
What kind of fish? Just 7 morning, 25 morning.
Are you hungry yet?
I love fish. Seafood is like so good. And I like fishing as long as my feet are on the ground and not on a boat in the ocean.
All fresh. Overall bread.
Look at that.
More fish.
Oh dang.
That's a big fish.
Or was.
Yeah.
We've come now to Al Sultan Beach Resort where there is a buffet.
No.
And Ashley, what you got there?
To pay.
Oh, nice. And then Jordan doing his Instagram thing.
Yeah, Instagram story. I got seafood and veg. Light lunch after yesterday.
Trying to be healthy after all that, yeah. And Mireia, what do you guys have?
So I'm having hummus, grilled vegetables, this salad that I have no idea, rice, and another thing that I have no idea what it is, but it's delicious.
Everything's good though.
Yeah, everything is good.
Yeah. All right, lunch was good. The humidity is still here. Now we're headed out to the desert before the sun goes down. I mean, if you ask me, the sun's still pretty high, but we're being told to hurry because the sun is hitting the sunset, the horizon. Woo! That was a tough one.
We gotta go, we gotta drive a bit. I see a mirage. The water, there looks like water on the road.
But my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room.
So we have made it now to the desert section of Qatar.
Oh, baby.
Weather is very nice.
Yeah, much better.
I'm in love with your body.